Hello, you guys. It's me. I'm on my balcony right now because the sun is going down and we don't have a lot of sunlight in the house, so I am doing it out here. So for today's video, we are going to take a little tour through our kitchen here at the apartment. Justin lives here now, and I'm gonna be moving in there in May when we get married, but I got to organize the kitchen before I moved. Woo-hoo. Pickle, do you like the balcony? Do you like it? There's gonna be a pool here eventually, where all those pile of rocks are. So we'll have a poolside view. Ooh. And we spent, honestly, probably a day or so just organizing the kitchen because we really wanted it to be organized in a way that we would utilize it the best. Things would be in places that made sense, and so that we didn't have to reorganize it later. So let's go inside and check it out. So here's what the kitchen kind of looks like right now. It's a little bit messy, so we're going to organize it. But it's not a huge space, and it's kind of blank, and we're definitely going to be adding decorations eventually. Alright, you guys, so here's the kitchen. You can't really see it because you're looking at my face. But I'm gonna take you around the different little bits of our kitchen that we intentionally organized in specific ways. And I'll explain to you why we did them and how we did it. And how we did it on a budget. Alright, you guys, before we begin this tour, I want to remind you to subscribe to my channel so you can follow along and get notified when we make more videos. So let's get going. Okay, so I want to talk about probably the most important corner of the house, which is the coffee and tea, and I guess fruits and vegetables, but coffee and tea. So what you don't see here is the millions of buckets of coffee that Justin has, but we were able to hide them by putting them in here. What we did here to prevent having too much coffee on the counter is we took plastic bins and just filled them with the coffee. Justin used to work at Starbucks, and a friend of his still does, so we get a lot of coffee and have a lot of coffee from the past. So something that I've learned from organizing and reorganizing is putting things in their own bins can actually keep things more organized than if you just kind of throw them into the actual cabinet. So in here, there's still some space behind the coffee for if we wanted to put another bin that has maybe more tea or other extra tools that we might use for coffee, and it just slides on in. So Justin has a lot of tea, and so for us to be able to organize it and keep it off the counter, we made a little system in the drawer. So to organize the tea, we used little Tupperwares that Justin had from Fred Meyer, and we organized them by the type of the tea, and some of them were just random ones, so we did that. And we even used Tupperware to hold our hot chocolate, which is my favorite. Okay, so in this corner of the kitchen, we have a few different things going on. Down here, we have our pots and our pans and our little measuring cup. And that's all down there. In here, we have just a few things. We just realized that we had this drawer. So I decided to put our tortillas in here because they're flat and they kind of take up a lot of weird space up here. Now on the counter, we put things that we are more likely to immediately use, like our cutting boards, our knives, our butter tray, and our sugar, oatmeal, and brown sugar. The other ones are over there. Moving up into this cabinet, this is kind of our pantry right now. And in our pantry, we have all of our spices, some of our sauces, some crackers. Up here we have our pasta noodles, some ramen, some chocolate chips. And up here is all of our canned things and our extras of our things that we have down here, like sugar and flour and all that jazz. We really love our cast irons, so we make sure to keep them on the stove at all times, oiled up and ready to go. And up here is where we keep all the oil. So this is kind of the last section of our kitchen that's really organization. When we open this up, we have our plates. We have our plates, our bowls, our smaller plates, and all of our cups and stuff. And we have a lot of these little Starbucks cups, so we have to put them in here too. I thought it was a good idea to put the plates and the bowls between the fridge and the pantry because it is centrally located and for easy access to both of those things where you get food from. So this is a really cool feature. We have a built-in cutting board, which we have not used yet, so we'll put that away. So in our top drawer, we wanted to put all of our appliances that are not necessarily needed right away, like the ones up here. We have a grater, we have our spatula, rolling pin, little apple slicer, can openers, all sorts of things like that you might need, but not need on a daily basis. So this drawer looks a little bare right now, and it's just because we haven't bought any foil or wax paper or bags, but that's where it's gonna be going, is in here. Right now we have plastic wrap and some bags. So in this third drawer, we have all of our Tupperwares. So we're really excited about our Pyrex glass containers because you can put a lot of different foods in here, like curries and red sauces, and they won't stain the inside of the glass like a plastic container will. They'll clean a lot easier, but we do still have some plastic containers for other ingredients or leftovers. So for our dish towels, we put them at the very bottom because they're not, again, as immediately needed as our appliances or our Tupperwares or saran wrap. So they're at the bottom for when we need to replenish our towels on our stove. Oh, this is where we keep stuff that we don't know where to put it, like snacks. We added a little mailbox here just because we wanted to have a place to reduce clutter and have a place for things that we might need during the day, but we don't really have a place for them if they're not in our pockets. So we have Pickle's leash, we have some mail, we have a checkbook, some sunglasses, just things that we might need but don't need to have. We don't really have a place for them. And last but not least, we have our junk drawer, which is just the batteries and some pamphlets. And we have our silverware here in a nice IKEA organizer, confirmed by Justin, who is filming right now. Thank you, Justin, for your hard work. And last but not least, we just have our appliance drawer, which just has some of our larger appliances. We've got some cookie cutters. We have our hand mixer, our hand chopper, my lunchbox, just bigger things that might not have a place anywhere else. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you found any of these tips and tricks helpful, let me know in the comments below. If you have any tips and tricks that you didn't see in this video and you love and might help our own kitchen, you can also tell us below. Do not forget to subscribe so you can follow along on the rest of these videos. We're going to be doing the living room, the bathrooms, the bedrooms, and more.